Hey guys, so I just wanted to show you what I've created so far. Back here is a picture that I drew the other night, so this is kind of what I'm trying to create here. I still have to add a few things like the face details and then like hair details, but so this is what I've created with the air dry clay so far, and I'm holding it because sometimes, for some reason, I always tend to make my creations top heavy, although the body and the head are used. I use foil, so that way I didn't use up too much of the air dry clay. And then with the arms, I just used the air dry clay, which I probably should have used foil as well, so that way he's not so heavy. But I went ahead and added some detailing. You can't see it too well with the camera, but added some detail to make it look like fur on his arms, and then as well as on his legs there is some detailing to make it look like fur, but you can't really see it. And then on his feet, I love how his feet turned out. I love his toes, and the hands turned out kind of weird looking. They're kind of they almost look like feet when I started off, but I kind of made them look like hands, I think. And yeah, I think they turned out pretty good. And then the face, the head, and then the ears looks pretty good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something in front of him so that way he can go ahead and dry before I go ahead and add details for the face. And I love this chest piece right here. It's his fur, and I like how the detailing turned out. It looks very cool. So far so good. I really am enjoying using this natural Craftsmart natural clay. The color I have is white. This doesn't look white to me, but I guess it's white. I don't know. Maybe when it dries white. But I really like how it works so far. You can use water to help smooth out places, and if you need to rework an area, you can use water and it makes it soft again. I really like that. I really like that it's air dry because I like using my polymer clay, but the toaster oven that I use right now tends to, I don't know why, but when I make stuff that's too tall, the top of the figurine or whatever I'm making tends to touch the top filament and it tends to burn. So I wanted to try something different, and I think he's turning out pretty well. Yeah, the only thing is when the clay dries on the tools, it's kind of hard to use, so I just used a baby wipe that I kept that I just basically kept wet, so that way I can use it. And I also use a lid, and I put a little bit of water in it just so I can put it on my fingertips if I need to smooth out. But I'm so excited because I got to use some of my new tools that I received. There's a few of them right there. But yes, I'll go ahead and I'm going to prop this person. I'm going to prop this guy up and let him dry. And then tomorrow I'm probably going to go in and work on the details for the face. So I came home and come to find my guy, and his arm fell off. I know I do this every time. I forget to attach the arms using wire, so that's partially my fault. But I realized that his body is cracking. There's a crack along here. I'm not sure if that's the reason why the arm fell off, but then it's cracking up here along his head, and then down the back. It's cracking as well. So I'm not sure why it's cracking so much. Hopefully by the time he dries, hopefully he dries tomorrow, and he doesn't crack anymore. But yeah, so hopefully by the time he dries tomorrow, nothing else cracks on him, and I'll be able to go back in with some more clay and fix those cracks. But I'm not sure if it happened because the foil underneath it, and when the air dry clay excuse me, when the clay shrinks when it dries. So I'm not sure if maybe that's why it's cracking, because it's shrinking but it can't really shrink because the foil's underneath there. But yeah, I'm not sure. He still looks cute even with his one arm and everything. But yeah, hopefully nothing else falls off, and I just know next time to definitely attach the arms with wire. Like, I'm supposed to, because I usually do that, but with this I just was like, oh, I'll just attach the head to the body and the legs and the feet, and I didn't even think about his extremities. So alright, so we'll just wait and see what happens tomorrow. Hey guys, it's me again. So this is going on like day 2 or day 3, but I came home and literally, like I said before, his arms and his foot fell off, and then as I'm trying to work them back in, everything just fell off. The only thing that actually stayed on was his head and his ears. I'm really surprised at how well his ears and his head stayed on, attached to his body, but for some reason he did crack a lot more after I put more of the clay on top. So if you guys know of any way to stop my clay creations from cracking, this is the first one I've done, so maybe I'll have to try a different technique. But if any of you have any like tips or pointers when it comes to using air dry clay, because I'm not very familiar with air dry clay. I usually just use my oven baked clay because then I know that, you know, it's gonna be baked and it won't, you know, hopefully won't crack. But yeah, so I'm trying my hardest to salvage this guy, because he was turned out so cute when he was wet. He was cute, then he dried, it just, yeah, kind of all went to the pot. But I'm still trying to salvage him. Right now I literally just glued everything back on with E6000. I was like, forget this, I spent so much time working on him, I'm just going to glue everything back on and just try to salvage it. But I'm definitely going to try to recreate this this little creature using some type of different technique. Maybe I won't use the foil, maybe I'll just use all clay, maybe that might help with the cracking. I'm trying to see, maybe, I'm not sure if maybe my room was too hot or too cold. I don't know, I'll just figure it out. But yeah, I just wanted to give you an update on my current status with it, and hopefully everything stays glued on and I can actually maybe sand down some things and then go ahead and get them painted. So hey guys, so I just realized that I've been filming my video the wrong way, but I just wanted to show you my finished product. My guy finally finished them. I decided to paint him black because he cracked so bad, and I had to use E6000 to glue back all of his appendages, like so his arms and his legs. I had to, and his feet, I had to glue back on with E6000. But yeah, I think he turned out pretty decent. Not the idea I was going for at the beginning, but I think it all turned out pretty nice. His back, I don't know if you can see the detailing, but his back cracked really bad. There were pieces missing, so this is a patch job I did. But what I did was, for the areas that I had to patch back together with like a mixture of like clay and I forget what else I mixed it with, I just painted it green so that it looks like moss. And then for like some of the really bad cracks that I really couldn't like salvage and fix, I just painted them with like gray to give it like a shadow, like a stone effect. So he's basically my stone guy with moss all on his arm and on his feet and on his back. And then I also did his eyebrows to make them look like moss as well. I really liked how his eyes turned out and his mouth. I'm not sure about the nose. At first it was a lighter pink, but I thought the pink was too light, so then I did this darker pink, which I like. But yeah, so this is the finished product. Took about 4 days for me to finish him, just because of all the cracking and having to go back and add more clay, then that cracked, and yeah, it was very tedious, but I like how he turned out. I'm thinking I'm going to just, and I'm not sure if I'm just going to glaze him or if I want to I actually have some moss, and I was thinking about cutting it into little pieces and actually gluing it to the spots that I have painted to look like moss, just so it can give him a little bit more depth and dimension. But yep, so I just wanted to show you guys how he turned out in the end. Like I said, wasn't really going for this look, but this is what I did just to salvage the piece. So thanks for watching.